As they should, as they should. Dog playing Dr. Mario? No. All right, let's take a look at this. We got both players ready, and both players are off. A split board to start for Frank, and a clustered board up top for John. So two very distinctly different board layouts starting this level 6, as both players still not really allowing one to get too far ahead, as it is still early.
Yeah, I'd say it's a little bit too early to say at all what's going on here, but it does look like Frank's board is a little in a sort of frustrating shape. Everything is sort of, it wishes to be cleared horizontally, but it's high up the board. So
I think John Nash might have been distracted by something. He did misflip a couple of pills. We'll see how that goes. But right now, maintaining a 2-virus lead over Frank.
Yeah. And John Nash in an interesting position where his yellow is really accessible. So he's going to be trying to think of ways to use the other halves of yellow pills.
And Frank really starting to go to town now, playing those combos already down to single digits here as we cross the minute mark. And we're looking at John Nash. John Nash really needs to clear this set of double reds to really open up the rest of that board and really get access to that blue. I like that play there. He is still in the lead just slightly over the 1 seed, as the big problem for John is everything going on with that red and or that blue and yellow virus over in column 7 and 8.
But he's got that all sorted. All he needs is the pills of the right color to get there.
He needs 2 blues, and he's out, and he is in trouble.
They're both waiting for blue, but
Frank out at a minute 42, and John Nash might be topping out on 6. Oof.
Oh no!
Just really bad RNG. He's going to give it another go, but that top out with so few pills left, that spells disaster.
That's going to be very difficult to recover from.
But he's getting back on the horse, and he's going to give a fat log because everybody in chat wants the fat log. And we're going to see him
get to where we are, JB.
I don't know, but what I can tell you is maybe topping out was a blessing, because John Nash trouncing the second 6 he was dealt. But just really avoiding getting lapped as Frank with a scattered board, but I don't know if he knows how firmly in the driver's seat he is. But he has a commanding lead.
Yeah, we haven't got a lot of experience with Frank about whether he likes to watch or not, but I do like John Nash's board. It's this second go has been incredibly clean.
It has, and we're about to see a really big combo setup. I really like this, dropping everything down, setting up the blue, the double blue, absolute perfection there. You kind of wish he had that at 6 the first time.
Yeah, totally. Frank's gonna be out of 7 here pretty quick. Just needs a couple of yellow pieces to finish off this horizontal, and there they are.
And John Nash in a bit of a pickle early on here on 7. And looking at Frank's board, Frank is got a big focus on that right side. Everything's really clustered over there.
Frank, I think.
Oh, so yeah, I do see it.
Clean that up in the traditional way. Brute force.
Sometimes that's what you got to do. Meanwhile, John Nash with a misflip early in his level 7, and it's really starting to stack up there on that right side as he's trying to really look for some double blue help. Isn't getting it. There it comes, though, and goes for that beautiful clear to clean it up and set up everything nice on that bottom row.
Yeah, it is set up. I worry about the amount of red that John has on his board. It's a lot of red and also in sort of awkward positions for clearing. But he's working on it, putting all of his red pills to good use.
Frank's getting a bit creative here at the end of his 8. His problem's just that cluster of viruses out there on the right side. And with that blue and that area where it is. I don't know what the game plan was, but looks like he's fixed it up within a couple of pills. So looks like he's cleaned that up. But now Dimwit, he's got no access to blue at all.
Yeah, well, all his blue viruses are gone.
And now Frank in a bit of a situation here where he might be in danger of topping out.
He is having some troubles, isn't he?
Just not getting the yellow he needs, and this is allowing John Nash to catch up. And again, it's looking very dangerous on Frank's board as he's a bit stuck. This double yellow or that double blue, huge blessing for him, and it looks like he'll be able to avert disaster, bearing some RNG shenanigans. But it looks like he is possibly going to get out.
He's having a similar thing to what John was having.
Oh.
On 6, where he just needs that last piece, and
he's out at
getting it.
He's out at 543, so he'll get into 9. But we almost had a rare double top out. I don't know if that's ever happened.
That might be a first if it ever happens. Yeah. One thing of interest is that the way Frank usually plays, he's trying for a world record and doesn't care about anything else. So he's pretty used to if something goes a little bit badly, just topping out and starting over. And that's a much less good strategy in this format. So it's interesting to see how he's coping with that change.
Yeah, and this is something I say a lot, is speedrunners have a propensity to do it. If something is not going right, or they they're like 3+ minutes off their PB, they're going to hit the reset button. That's not possible here, as you would be in a very bad way if you did that.
Yeah.
So coping with those misplays and those misflips and bad RNG, really important here when you get onto the brackets. Meanwhile, John Nash absolutely clobbering level 8 here.
Yeah, this is a beautiful 8.
I mean, you have to wonder if he doesn't get that top out, if he'd be in the lead right now. That's kind of how rough that top out was for him.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
But he's going to be out at 709.
Frank does have an interesting situation here. He's sort of set himself up to need like a double red or something like it.
And it looks like he's abandoned what looked to be a pretty epic setup. Or he's potentially repositioning it. It looks like he's going for that option.
Yep.
Great combo. That's going to put him... Ooh, that's a misplay.
That's for sure.
Unless he's electing to go horizontal.
Go horizontally there.
And it looks like that's the plan. Ooh, a bit of a misplay there. Just needs 2 reds. There's 1, there's 2. He's going to be out at 747. A bit of a precarious showing from Frank. Maybe it's jitters. Maybe it's, as you were saying, he's just not used to having to play out mistakes. But what we did see is a big win and just an absolutely heartbreaking opening for John Nash.
Yeah, yep. I think you're right that it may have been a pretty close match, except for that top out.
And I think John Nash... No, he couldn't have made that play. I was thinking maybe he could have gone across the board and cleared out everything in row 2, but it didn't look like he'd be able to do that. But what he is going to do is get a fat log. Send the fans home happy. And now I think John Nash realizing he may have buried himself here. And
he needs a little bit of red, actually, to get out.
Oh, there it is. Good play. Good play. And John Nash runs it out. 904. Really, really rough 6. And it's a what could have been situation. But from what we saw, once he got out of that top out, he was playing masterfully.
Yeah, it was beautiful, beautiful.
Well, we're gonna go into
what happens in this second game, if that first game is any indication.
As we go on to that second game, remember this is best of 3, levels 6 to 9, about 128 viruses for our players that are required to clear, and it's best of 3. So John Nash not out of it yet, but when you're up against the 1 seed down 1-0,
tough spot to be in.
definitely a tough spot to be in.
Yep, definitely.
All right.
What it makes me think of is when I was a kid, my rant and rail about the I don't know. I guess there was some like rating system for the college football teams, and they switched it over from being something that was discussed among the coaches and decided on to being completely automated. He used to rant and rail about how no automated system could possibly do as well, and all these statistics don't show the real story. And I think that's I think we're getting a picture of that from that last game, because the 9-minute finish is not a real picture of how well John was doing there.
Absolutely. While we get ready for our third game, we are ready for our third game, and both players are now off to the races. An interesting start for John Nash, and it looks like he may have made a misplay a bit early.
Yeah, I think that misplay doesn't actually matter that much because it wasted a little bit of yellow, but he doesn't really have that much access to yellow to begin with, so it's probably just fine.
It could be to maybe just play out RNG and test your luck that way. As we're seeing, it's not affecting him too much. He's not down by too terribly much over the 1 seed, as it's 19-21, and we're now starting to see John Nash make some moves here and start to open up his board, as he's going to have
setup here.
He was about to lose access to yellow, got it back with a nice play, and I think we're going to see him do something particularly interesting to address that horizontal play over in row number 5.
Mm-hmm.
I like this play. Brilliant. That puts him at 9, puts him close, and really just the only thing that's a big problem is just that cluster of red that doesn't seem to want to go away.
How much red Frank has on his board? It's the only
Frank is oops all reds right now.
He is getting red pills though, so that works
and
out.
He's out at 117, but John Nash not far behind. Just needs a couple of reds and he'll be out. There's one of them, and great play to stack things up and gets the double out at a minute 28, but he just shouldn't be so
behind, right?
Don't be so down. He's a lot closer than I think he thinks he is, and maybe he's just still a little he's still got that first game in the back of his head a little bit.
Oh, it's definitely got to shake you to have that happen.
You've got everybody watching, and to have that happen definitely can rattle you a little bit. But he seems to be recovering well. He's actually taken the lead by a couple of viruses, and he's maintaining it.
Oh wow! How about that?
He's down pressing and just really taking a good look at the board. I've seen him throw what could something for a killer combo away just to make the next combo just a little bit better. He's been definitely looking at the board a lot better, really been playing to that second or to the next pill, which is so important. Frank with a monster combo, and he's going to set up.
Still a little bit behind though, actually.
He is still behind. He does a drop lightning bolt though, and he set up a drop play here to get that double yellow. He's at 6, but it looks like it's been tied up by John Nash. But now 3 viruses for Frank, and Frank's gonna elect to clear that last virus up top first. I think that's the right call, and he's going to be out at 248. But John Nash again not far behind, just needs 3 reds, and a speedrunner's paradise to start off 8 for.
Wow,
Frank.
What a beautiful start.
Brilliant.
That was.
And just absolutely opens up on the level. He's already taken a 9 virus lead, and now it's made it double digits. Just seeing so many doubles there, it puts stars in your eyes when you're playing this game for speed.
It just feels unfair. And not in the usual bad way.
And we're seeing him absolutely torch this level 8, and there's nothing John Nash could do. Like, even with perfect RNG, it's just phenomenal what we saw and seen Frank do so far here on this 8. As now he's got a bit of L block that's kind of restricting some of his access, but it looks like he's starting to tuck underneath. He'll be down to 5 viruses, and now down to 4, as I think he's going to play horizontal on that red, and that looks like what he is going to do.
Yeah, it lets you make progress on both viruses at once.
And
he's gonna be out of this level so fast.
he's out of this at a 407. He is playing brilliantly fast. I would have to check on that performance on 8, but if that isn't to the top of the records, I don't know what is.
But John, in a little bit of a pickle, finishing off level here. He's blocked off his blue at the bottom a little bit.
And Frank running into a problem where he doesn't have a lot of access to yellow. And this is a really tight 9 for him. And we're seeing John Nash really start to take some flight here. But he
had a combo to clear the red garbage, John Nash did. And
yeah, and it fell apart there. That was rough.
Had to break it.
But it looks like he can combo out of it now, so that's really brilliant for him. He'll get to 9 at 5:07. Some folks were hoping for a certain time to happen, and I don't know if it's going to happen with this 9 that's been handed to Frank. He's had some really rough RNG, and everything's a bit twisted as you look at columns 5 and 6.
Oh, yeah.
But John Nash still fighting in this year, and again, with just an absolutely monster level 8, there's nothing that John could have done to really stay in the game here. It's just an absolutely brilliant run by Frank, as he's down to his final 6 viruses, just needing a handful of reds and blues, and he'll be out.
Yeah, it looks like... Oh, I see.
He's dropping things down.
But that seems to work pretty well. Looks like he'll be finishing off with a little bit of red.
Frank might be appearing on the leaderboards already with a 6:05. That'll put him at a 2-0 sweep, taking John Nash down. And John Nash played very well. But, you know, as we've been saying, the big story for him was just that top out so late on 6 on that first one. And it feels like he may have never mentally recovered from that.
Maybe. I mean, that you're seeing he's finishing at, somewhere around 640 or 650 here, which is a very, very... So
absolutely brilliant time. He's going to get a sub-7 for sure. Ooh, almost botches it, but he gets it. A 6:47, which on its own is a very, very good time. But
very solid.
Again, just watching that level 8, oh boy.
Is Frank saying he's super nervous.
And John Nash. Brilliant. GG there from John Nash. That made me breathe a little bit of my beverage. So Frank will advance to round number 2.